This is the new website for Kitecoin, the original cat cryptocurrency. Now, this is a brand now. This isn't just, going to the Bitcoin Talk forum, where you saw the origins of Kitecoin. Now what we have got is we have got a fully functioning brand created Kitecoin. Okay, this is it. This is the brand. And now, just like as I said it would be, right, this is the journey. So you are able to read through the journey and have an actual story told right to you. Okay, that's why Meow just makes a lot of sense to cat lovers. Okay, because this is your typical bona fide Memecoin cryptocurrency. It's a cat, right, that is basically what half of all pet owners own. So you've got the journey here, and you have got a very, very interactive depiction of where Meow has come from. You've got the GitHub, you've got the original website, which it takes you to, and then you carry on, right, with the actual story of what happened. The initial rally of Kitecoin, and the influencers that were promoting at the time. They're now famous. Max Bitcoin, Kobe, they're now very, very famous. Back then Kobe had, probably a couple of thousand subscribers. Now he is one of the biggest accounts on X, right? So you can see the history, and you can see the type of people that were talking about Kitecoin, right? And again, you can go to the Bitcoin Talk forum, you go to the Reddit forum. So you've got the full history, a much more rich depiction of the history of Meow. That retail investors they're gonna see the injustice, but I'll get to that very, very shortly. So then we have the downfall. Okay, so like I said, this is the story. This is what Bitcoin Talk did show, but didn't actually depict it in a simplistic way like it is here. The downfall. DOGE's cult, so obviously it came out at the same time, as you'll see from the Bitcoin Talk post. DOGE's cult wasn't ready to share the spotlight. They fudded hard, liquidity dried, devs vanished. For over a decade, cats ruled memes, but had no blue chip coin to call their own, whereas dogs had Doge, Shib, Flocky. Cats were silenced. Okay, now we've had some schizo cats come out. We've got Mog, Popcat, Mew, Toshi, to name a few. The rest of them are kind of fade into oblivion. You wouldn't really know who they are, right? But what you've got here is you've got a cat coin that's called Meow, and you've got a story. This is the first ever crypto coin. The first ever crypto cat coin. So this stands out, in my opinion anyway, above all of the cat coins I've already mentioned. And now we are to where we are here. Kitecoin returns. Fully relaunched, same legendary ticker, 2013 roots. Even the dev is behind. The original dev is behind the new, not actually like creating it, but is actually backing, stands by the new Kitecoin. And now we're in a situation where now, we have got Meow to overtake Doge. We have got blockchain, the cat blockchain looking to flip the dog blockchain. And then you just got all of the various explanation of the logo. You've got for the retail to understand what is the USP, what is the product market fit, and there you've got it, right there. Cat memes, these guys are very, very, if you go on their X, they're very active and very, very original with memes. The prophecy of Meowcoin, and essentially dogs have had their run, now it's time to finish the story, join the cat comeback. So this is a movement. This is essentially creating a movement out of Meow. So not only is it a meme, it's also a movement. It's got movement connotations. And so to me, these are stories that are going to impact upon Kitecoin's commercial value, brand value, retail friendliness, and ultimately where I believe it's going to be going into the hundreds of millions of market cap. Okay, because this has an actual story, and think about it. Tits, which I'm going to be bringing up as another example later. Tits is a cryptocurrency that had none of this. It was a pure shock value cryptocurrency that went from well under 300k market cap to 500 million market cap in literally the space of a couple of weeks. All right, with no narrative, not appealing to a market as big as this, with 480 million cat owners worldwide. So therefore, Meow, I just think this now is ready to go, people. when I've been speaking about this in my videos, so far I've only been able to allude to the Bitcoin Talk forum. Now it's a brand. This is ready to go. Right in time for Banana Zone.